Your WCBI First Alert AccuWeather forecast with meteorologist Vanessa Alonso.
Good Wednesday afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us here on Midday, and a big thank you to all our veterans who are watching this afternoon. And of course, it's Wednesday. You know what that means. It is time for our STEM Spotlight of the Week. This week, we are giving a big shout out to the kiddos at Cook Elementary in Columbus. They just did an exciting science experiment about if their pumpkins were either going to float or sink. And this was an interesting science project. They used, anything from coming up with some sort of solution, a hypothesis of what was going to happen, what they think was going to do, if their predictions were correct. And it was just an awesome experiment for them. Looks like they had a lot of fun. Hats off to you kiddos. This is why I want to see more kids get into STEM careers, because STEM is awesome and fun. The weather has kept me busy this morning. It hasn't been on the fun side, but it's kept me on my toes. Right now, we are seeing more overcast skies this lunchtime hour. Nothing compared to what we dealt with this morning when we had the mist and the fog causing those low visibilities across North Mississippi and West Alabama. Main Street in downtown this afternoon looking pretty good as you're heading out to lunch or doing any afternoon plans. 73 currently with a little bit of sunshine trying to peek through on our Alpha Insurance Skycam in downtown. 5th Street looking great at this lunchtime hour. We have a north to northwest wind that's beginning to pick up. Our cold front has pushed through. So for those of you who have been in the 70s throughout the morning, these temperatures are about to start dropping. And it already has in our northern counties where we're seeing the 60s in places like Tupelo and Oxford. So over the last several hours, we've been seeing the clouds begin to break up. Rain showers are beginning to decrease as all the activity is moving out to our east, as our cold front is beginning to exit the region. This is going to be the same cold front that's going to play a role in Ada's direction and track, as it's going to make a second landfall in Florida, somewhere along the northwest coast. Currently, it is a tropical storm with winds at 70 miles per hour. It was a hurricane earlier this morning, but some dry air has moved into the system, so that has allowed the storm to weaken a bit, but still, this is going to be a tropical storm threat with some gusty winds, heavy rain, and an isolated tornado threat for our friends in the Sunshine State. Look at some of these wind gusts right now. 54-mile-per-hour wind gusts being reported just in the eastern Gulf of Mexico. Tropical storm warnings, even hurricane watches remain in effect. This storm is going to be making landfall over the next 24 hours somewhere just to the north of Tampa, then weaken as it heads back out into the Atlantic. Thankfully for us, with this system now staying out to our east, our rain chances are going to be decreasing for the weekend, but we're expecting a second cold front to push through. That is going to bring us a nice little cool down and a return of fall weather early next week. Until then, enjoy the sunshine and the 70s. We'll be right back.
Today's STEM Spotlight of the Week is brought to you by Food Giant and WCBI.